Lecture 5, Parametric Representation of Surfaces. Outline of Lecture 5, Parametrizing the surface, representing standard surfaces in parametric form. Some of the standard surfaces we are going to discuss are plane, cylinder, cone, paraboloid, sphere and ellipsoid. Parametric representation of the surface. Let us consider the surface S, which is z equal to f of x comma y. In order to represent this surface parametrically, first we have to check how many parameters are needed. The number of parameters depends on the number of independent variables in representing the surface. Here x, y and z are three parameters involved in representing a surface. Out of three variables, any two can be treated as independent. Third variable can be written in terms of other two variables. Here x and y I am treating as independent variables and z I am writing as a function of xy. So I am in need of two variables to represent the surface z equal to f of x comma y. So I am taking x as u and y as v. So I will get the plane uv because I chosen x as u and y as v. Here I am locating a point uv. This point corresponds to the point P of x comma y comma z on the surface z equal to f of x comma y. How to locate that point lying on this surface z equal to f of x comma y? We are referring through the vector function r bar of u comma v. So what is that r bar of u comma v? I am writing x in terms of uv, y in terms of uv and z in terms of uv. So r bar of u comma v is a vector x of uv I cap plus y of uv j cap plus z of uv k cap. Likewise, all the points on the surface is mapped to the point u comma v in the region D, which is lying in uv plane. To refer all the points on the surface, take each point in this region D, substitute in this r bar, that will map or point to the points on the surface z equal to f of x comma y. So this point P is mapped as r bar of u comma v. Right? Representing standard surfaces in parametric form. We are going to see how to represent the surface plane whose Cartesian form is x plus y plus z equal to 1. First we will visualize the surface x plus y plus z equal to 1 in xyz plane. To sketch this surface, we have to first look into the intercepts for x, y and z coordinates. The intercepts are 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 0, 0, 1. Connect these points by straight lines. Then the surface S is nothing but the surface enclosed by this plane. Now we will see how to represent this surface in the parametric form. As we discussed earlier, out of three variables, any two can be treated as an independent variable. Here x and y are treated as independent variables. Put x equal to u and y equal to v. Then z can be written in terms of x and y. So we got z as 1 minus u minus v. Now the Cartesian form of the surface is x plus y plus z equal to 1 and the parametric form of the surface is r bar of u comma v, which is u I cap plus v j cap plus 1 minus u minus v k cap. Now we are going to see how to fix the bounds for u and v in the uv plane. Here UV plane is nothing but XY plane, because we chosen X as U, Y as V. So we are going to see the projection of this surface in XY plane. The bound for the region are X equal to 0, Y equal to 0 and X plus Y equal to 1. So XY plane is transformed as UV plane. So the bounds for the vertex for the bounds are 0, B and A. To fix the bounds for U and V, take the strip parallel to V axis. The value of V at the bottom of the strip is 0, top of the strip is 1 minus U. If we move the strip to the leftmost end, U equal to 0. If we move the strip to the rightmost end, the value of U equal to 1. So the bounds for U and V in UV plane is 0 less than or equal to V less than or equal to 1 minus U and 0 less than or equal to U less than or equal to 1. These bounds can also be fixed by choosing the strip parallel to U axis also. So now the parametric representation of the surface plane is given by the vector function r bar of UV with an appropriate bound in the UV plane. Now we will see how to visualize the circular cylinder. On z equal to 0 plane, stack circular rings of same center and same radius one over another to certain height. Here I am stacking these circular rings of same center and same radius to the height of h units. Radius of the cylinder is a unit, means we are stacking circular rings of same center and the radius a units. The height of the cylinder is h. Here the radius and height are independent. That means whatever be the height of the cylinder, the radius does not change. Now we will see how to write the Cartesian equation for circular cylinder, which we have visualized now. We are stacking every time circular rings of same center and same radius from z equal to 0 to z equal to h. So the Cartesian form of circular cylinder is x square plus y square equal to a square, the generating curve circle. We are stacking the circle from z equal to 0 to z equal to h. So z varies between 0 and h. How to represent this surface in the parametric form? If we observe this surface, it is having angular variation and also height variation. Every time if you vary the z, you are varying the height. Every time you are stacking the circular rings, it is having the angular variation. So which coordinate system handles the angular and height variation? It is our cylindrical coordinate system. What is the transformation to move from xyz space to r theta z space? X equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, z equal to z. Now we are using cylindrical coordinate transformation to represent the cylinder in the parametric form. How? Radius is fixed, it is not varying, because it is only the outer cover of the cylinder. So the radius r is a. What about the height? Height is z. So x equal to a cos theta, y equal to a sin theta, z equal to z is the appropriate choice for representing the cylinder in the parametric form. Here take the angle parameter theta as u, take the height parameter z as v. So we got the representation x equal to a cos u, y equal to a sin u, z equal to v. The height v and the radius a are independent for the surface cylinder. So r bar of u comma v is a cos u I cap, a sin u j cap plus v k cap. How you fix the bounds for u and v? U angle varies from 0 to 2 pi. Height v varies from 0 to h. Whatever be the height of the cylinder, that is the variation for height variable v. Every time we are keeping the circular ring, so theta varies from 0 to 2. Elliptic cylinder. Here the name suggests the cylinder's cross section is elliptic. So instead of stacking the circular rings one over the another, we have to stack elliptic rings one over another. So height of this elliptic cylinder is h units every time we are stacking the elliptic rings. How to write the Cartesian equation for elliptic cylinder? The generating curve is ellipse. X square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. The height of the cylinder is h units. We are stacking the elliptic rings from z equal to 0 to z equal to h. Here a and b are nothing but semi-major and semi-minor axes of the elliptic rings. Parametric form of the surface. Here also this surface is having angular variation as well as the height variation. The appropriate coordinate transformation is cylindrical coordinate transformation. The transformation is x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, z equal to z. Here the height variable z is having no change. There is no relationship between the radial distance and the height. Along the x-axis, a unit is the semi-major axis. Along the y-axis, b units is your semi-minor axis. So, for the elliptic cylinder, this transformation takes the form x equal to a cos theta, y equal to b sin theta, z equal to z. Like in previous case, choose angle parameter theta as u and height parameter z as v. So, x is a cos u, y is b sin u, z equal to v. So, the parametric representation of elliptic cylinder is a cos u, b sin u, v. U varies between 0 to 2 pi, v varies between 0 to h. Now we will see how to visualize the surface cone. Here we are stacking circles of same center but different radiuses like this. Stacking one over another circular rings of same center but different radiuses from z equal to 0 xy plane to z equal to h plane, and the second generating curve is straight line. So we got the surface of the cone. Here the generating curves of circles and also pair of straight lines. Cartesian equation of cone. How to visualize this structure cone? Here x square plus y square equal to z square I am choosing as the Cartesian equation of the cone. How to justify this representation gives this surface cone. For that, first take x equal to 0. What happens to this equation when x is 0? Z equal to plus or minus y. You have a pair of line passing through the origin in zy plane. Here you have this pair of straight line passing through the origin. What happens if y equal to 0? When y is 0, you are in xz plane where the curve is x square equal to z square. This can be written as z equal to plus or minus x. Another pair of line which is passing through the origin in zx plane. You have second pair of line passing through the origin. What happens if z equal to 0? That is in xy plane. In xy plane, we got the equation x square plus y square equal to 0, which is nothing but point circle. What happens if I vary my z to h? If my z is h, I am getting the equation x square plus y square equal to h square, which represents the circle with the center as 0, 0, radius as h units. What happens when z equal to minus h? On z equal to minus h plane, you have another circle x square plus y square equal to h square. That circle center is 0, radius is h units. Now you can see here h is nothing but the height and also the radius of the curve x square plus y square equal to h square. So for the cone, radius is equal to height. Just recap, for a cylinder, radius and height are independent. What is the equation of the cylinder we had seen? X square plus y square equal to a square, fixed radius. Now for the surface cone, the radius is changing based on the height. So for cone, radius equal to height. Hope you are comfortable in visualizing the surface cone and you are justified why we are taking this representation for a cone. Now for a circular cone, the Cartesian form is x square plus y square equal to z square, and z is varying between minus h to plus h. Two-sided cone. This is your xy plane. We have a point circle and it is varying from minus h to plus h. How to represent this surface in the parametric form? Here also, this surface is having angular variation as well as the height variation. Whenever we have angular and height variation, we prefer the coordinate transformation, cylindrical coordinates. The transformation is x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, z equal to z. Just now we had seen for the cone, radius is nothing but the height. So in this representation, we have to choose what? The radial distance as height variable. So we got x equal to z cos theta, y equal to z sin theta, z equal to z. Now choose angle parameter theta as u, height parameter z as v. The Cartesian form of the surface cone, which is x square plus y square equal to z square, and its parametric representation is r bar of u comma v equal to v cos u, v sin u, v. V is the height variable, u is the angular variable. Here also angle u varies from 0 to 2 pi, height v given height of the cone minus h to h. In similar way, we will visualize the surface elliptic cone. As the name suggests, the generating curves are ellipses and straight line. The Cartesian form of the surface elliptic cone is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to z square. Z varies from minus h to h. The parametric representation of this surface elliptic cone, we are using cylindrical coordinate transformation because this surface is also having angular variation as well as height variation. The transformation is x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, z equal to z. For the cone, the radius is nothing but the height. Since the generating curve is an ellipse, along the x-axis the distance moved is a units, along the y-axis the distance moved is b units. So a units and b units. So x is a times z cos theta, y is b times z sin theta, z equal to z. So angle parameter theta is u, angle parameter z is b. X is a b cos u, y is b sin u, z is b. So the parametric representation of elliptic cone is r bar of u comma v equal to av cos u I cap plus bv sin u j cap plus v k cap. U varies from 0 to 2 pi, b varies from minus h to h because the given height of the cone is. Now we will see how to visualize the surface paraboloid. On z equal to 0 plane, we are stacking pair of parabolas and circles of same center but different radiuses to certain height z equal to h. This surface is called as paraboloid. The generating curves are pair of parabolas and the circles of same center but different radius. First we will see how to represent the Cartesian form of this paraboloid and how to convert to the parametric form. Cartesian equation of paraboloid. Here the equation is x square plus y square equal to z, and z varies from 0 to h. We are stacking pair of parabolas and circles from z equal to 0 plane to z equal to h plane. How to justify this represents this surface paraboloid, bowl shaped surface. Now take x equal to 0, that is you are in zy plane. What is the curve we are getting? Z equal to y square. Z equal to y square is a parabola whose vertex is at the origin, right, and opening towards positive of z axis. What happens if y equal to 0? That is you are viewing the surface in zx plane. When y is 0, x square equal to z. It is another parabola which is passing through the origin and opening to the positive of z axis. So you have a pair of parabola. What happens if z equal to 0? When z equal to 0, we got x square plus y square equal to 0, which is a point circle. What happens when z equal to h? It is x square plus y square equal to square root of h, the whole square. Circle with the center 0, radius is square root of h. Now what is the relationship between radius and height for the surface paraboloid? The radius is nothing but square root of height. For cone, the radius is equal to height. For cylinder, radius is independent of height. Hope you are comfortable in visualizing the Cartesian equation for the surface paraboloid. Now we will see how to represent this surface circular paraboloid in the parametric form. X square plus y square equal to z, 0 less than or equal to z less than or equal to h is the Cartesian form of circular paraboloid. The generating curves are pair of parabolas and circles of same center, square root of height, radius. Here also the surface is having angular variation as well as height variation. So the appropriate transformation is cylindrical coordinate transformation. Here the radial distance r can be taken as square root of height, which is square root of z. So x equal to root over z cos theta, y is root over z sin theta, z is z. Take the angle parameter theta as u, height parameter z as v. We get the parametric form of circular paraboloid as r bar of u comma v equal to root over v cos u I cap plus root over v sin u j cap plus root v k cap. So r bar of uv is the parametric form of circular paraboloid here. U and v varies like the one we have discussed for cylinder and cone. Now we will see how to represent the surface sphere. Cartesian form of the sphere, x square plus y square plus z square equal to a square. Most of you are comfortable in visualizing the surface sphere. It is having the angular variation in xy plane, yz plane as well as in xz plane. The generating curves are circles in all the three coordinate planes. So it is not like the surface we had seen so far, such as cylinder, cone or paraboloid. All those surfaces have angular variation and height variation. For sphere, there is no height concept. It is having only the angle variations in all the three coordinate planes. Now, which coordinate system you have to prefer to represent the surface sphere in the parametric form? Yes, it is spherical coordinate transformation. Here, rho is one of the parameter, which is nothing but the distance from the origin to the point on the space. Second parameter theta, it is the positive tilt of x-axis. Third parameter phi, which is the positive tilt of z-axis. The transformation is x equal to rho sin phi cos theta, y equal to rho sin phi sin theta, z equal to rho cos phi. To represent this surface sphere parametrically, in this transformation, we have to fix the radial distance rho as the radius of the sphere, which is a. We get x equal to a sin v cos u, y equal to a sin v sin u, z equal to a cos v. Here u is the angle parameter theta, v is the angle parameter phi. Now we have to see how to fix the bounds for u and v in uv plane. Here u is equivalent for theta. Theta is the positive tilt of x-axis. So theta we have to rotate completely 0 to 2 pi every time. What about phi, which is the positive tilt of z-axis? So theta varies from 0 to 2 pi, phi varies from 0 to pi. Z-axis, it is enough to tilt only half away because we are moving this 0 to pi units completely. You can imagine the latitudes and longitudes in the globe. You can easily understand. So one way you have to rotate 0 to 2 pi latitudes, longitudes you are varying only half away 0 to pi to avoid the multiple mapping. So u varies from 0 to 2 pi, v varies from. Now we will see how to visualize the surface ellipsoid. The Cartesian form of ellipsoid is x square by a square plus y square by b square plus z square by c square equal to 1. To visualize the surface ellipsoid, view the surface in xy plane. On xy plane, z is 0. The curve is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1, which is an ellipse. So on xy plane, you got the generating curve as ellipse. Similarly, on yz plane, x is 0. So this equation reduces to y square by b square plus z square by c square equal to 1, which is an ellipse in YZ plane, and in XZ plane y is 0, the curve is x square by a square plus z square by c square equal to 1, which is another ellipse. So the generating curves for the surface ellipsoid are ellipses in all the three coordinate plane. Right? In sphere, the generating curves are circles in all the three coordinate plane, whereas in ellipsoid, in all the three coordinate plane, the generating curves are ellipses. To represent this surface ellipsoid in the parametric form, we are preferring spherical coordinate transformation. Here, the parameter rho, which is the radial distance from origin to the point on the space, can move maximum of A units along x-axis, B units along y-axis, and C units along z-axis. So we got the parametric representation of the surface ellipsoid as A sin V cos u I cap plus B sin V sin u j cap plus C cos V k cap. U the parameter equivalent to theta, which varies from 0 to 2 pi full rotation. V the parameter equivalent to phi, which varies from 0 to pi. To avoid multiple mapping, the rotation of phi is only half a distance 0 to pi. Hope you are comfortable in visualizing the standard surfaces. Now I am summarizing. The first surface we had seen is cylinder. The radius and height are independent. The representation is based on cylindrical coordinate transformation, in which the radial distance is changed as A and B for elliptic cylinder. It is only A equal to B when it is a circular cylinder. The second surface we had seen is cone, for which the radius and height are equal. So in cylindrical coordinate transformation, the radial distance r is taken as the height variable v. The third surface is paraboloid, for which the radius is nothing but square root of height. In the cylindrical coordinate transformation, the radial distance is changed as root over height variable. For cone, radius equal to height. For paraboloid, radius equal to root over height. For cylinder, radius and height are independent parameters. All the three cases, angle theta or u varies from 0 to 2 pi, height based on the given height of the surface. We had seen spherical coordinate surfaces and also the surface plane. For the surface plane, it is having only distance variation, so we are preferring only the Cartesian coordinate system itself. So xy plane is changed as uv plane. That means we are projecting all the points on this inclined plane over the xy plane. We got the representation as ui plus vj plus 1 minus u minus v k cap. For the surface sphere, we are preferring spherical coordinate transformation, in which the radial distance rho is fixed as the radial distance rho is fixed as the radius of the sphere. Angle theta is nothing but u, angle phi is nothing but v. Theta full rotation 0 to 2 pi. To avoid multiple mapping, the second variable phi we are moving only between 0 and pi. Recap the latitudes and longitudes in the globe. The surface ellipsoid, the generating curves are only ellipses. Here we are preferring spherical coordinate transformation, in which x-axis rho can move maximum of a units, along y-axis rho can move maximum of b units, along z-axis rho can move maximum of c units. The variation for u is full rotation 0 to 2 pi. To avoid multiple mapping, the variation for second variable phi is between 0 to pi. Recap the latitudes and longitudes of the globe. Hope you are all comfortable in understanding the Cartesian form of various surfaces and also writing those surfaces in the parametric form with the help of appropriate coordinate transformation. Thank you.